What's up guys, it's Poir, bringing you guys the best weapon guides for the new hunting game, Wild Hearts. These guides are aimed to specifically show you the best combos to do so you can output optimal DPS fast and hard against the Kemonos of Azuma. All button references will be that of a PlayStation controller layout, so with that, let the guide begin. If you've ever wondered how a Swiss Army knife would look like in a hunting game, well, it would look like the Karakuri staff. This melee weapon is a trick weapon that can transform into 5 different forms. Tonfas, a giant bladed shuriken, Naruto gang rise up, a staff, a halberd, and when you have meter, a giant greatsword that would make Guts' greatsword look like a toothpick. While initially the Karakuri staff seems complex, the optimal gameplay is very simple. Your goal is to get your meter up and do the big super move. For this, it's the JUGGERNAUT BLADE. There's different breakpoints that you can do it at, and you gain an additional swing depending on the meter. At full, you do a triple combo with the final hit dealing devastating damage with quite a bit of AoE, but draining all your meter. You can also slightly turn the attack towards the enemy's direction in case they move, and you can cancel the ending animation with a roll or Karakuri craft. Also worth noting that your meter will disappear over time, so you have a limited time window from the start of your building meter to unleashing your Jug attack. Otherwise, you'll start from 0 again, which is a huge DPS loss if you can't land the level 2 or level 3 Jug attack. As for the normal movesets of each mutation stance, you have very limited movesets for each form. Some basic square attacks for faster hits, and one triangle move for the heavy. You'll notice little flashes during each move though, at varying time frames. In order to build meter, you need to hit R2 during a flash, which does a transform attack into the next form, which will give you 1 meter block. And then that stance has a flash in its moveset, and you have to time R2s for each flash to continually build gauge. There is a trick I'll show you guys that makes this a piece of cake, so don't be too concerned on having bad reaction times or missing a mutation flash attack. I got you covered. Last thing I'll mention is running and sliding attacks. Running and hitting square does the tonfa opening, while triangle does the shuriken. The shuriken is great and reaches far, so it is a nice opener. The slide is also good as the tonfa attack has a flash trigger sooner in its animation than the normal tonfa attack set, so it's useful for getting a block fast. And now, it is time for the combos. Majority of these combos will just be ways to build meter fast, as the JUGGERNAUT BLADE is simple. You hold R2, then hit triangle, and you'll do the moveset automatically. Ideally, once you unlock traps and binders in the game, you want to use them on the monster when you get close to full meter so you have a safe way to land your super move, as it doesn't have hyper armor, so anything, even small creatures or the wind, can interrupt you and put your meter to 0. So, first combo is no Karakuri meter build. In my opinion, the basic moveset of all the attacks and forms do pretty mediocre damage, so wasting time and skill input on mixing light and strong attacks for optimal DPS is not worth it. So the trick I found to hit every flash attack guaranteed is hitting right trigger and square at the same time, over and over again. So like pinching someone's cheek, you spam that motion and you'll automatically transition to each form flawlessly. One thing to note for min-maxers, from what I've noticed, there's 2 cycles when doing this whole rotation, and the second cycle halberd attack for some reason changes into a longer animation and kind of slows DPS down a bit, so you might want to consider building a quick Karakuri to reset the cycle to cycle 1. That halberd animation comes after the second tonfa cycle as a point of reference when you should reset. For combo 2, now Karakuri get involved, the building mechanic. There's around 3 different ones, one from the helicopter, one from the springboard, and the other from jumping off a cube. The most consistent one is the helicopter. You do a spin to win staff attack downward, which if you do not hold forward with the left thumbstick, it'll make you attack mostly in place, which is useful if you want to attack a grounded monster, but most importantly is the shuriken heavy attack, which you can aim anywhere, and as long as you hit anything once, you gain 2 meter. You will need to hit R2 during the flash during the staff attack to transform it, of course, and the same goes with the springboard. You hit square, do the tonfa hits, mutate swap into a slice with the halberd, which FYI, moving the left thumbstick will make the swing hit the opposite direction. So if you hold forward, the blade will aim backwards. If you hold left, the blade will strike to the right, so inverted controls on that halberd attack for some reason. And the jumping one is pretty useful too, as the tonfa attack moves forward to cover distance nicely. You should do these combos whenever you're not near a monster, as combo 1's range is kinda sucky, so yeah, do these combos instead. And final combo involves the Juggernaut Blade, which is an alternate attack, which is a sky attack from a heli or cube jump. If you're about to run out of meter and can't land a full attack, or if the monster is moving too much, you can hit R2 and triangle midair to do about half the damage as a standing still full charged one. But it'll only eat up 4 blocks of meter, allowing you to hit R2 plus triangle again once near the monster to do the level 2 attack, which if you connect all 3 hits, it does nearly the same damage as a standing still triple hit. And you can also do it from springboard as well for a horizontal slash. So that is my guide for the Karakuri staff. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like and comment, both of those help the video out. And I'm interested in how you guys are liking the weapon. It's definitely a powerful weapon with big damage, and it gets better in multiplayer since there's less aggro on you, so you can build meter more reliably for big meaty chops. I have a Wagasaw and bow guide if you're interested in the end screen, and if you want to see more guides like this, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more Wild Hearts epicness. Yeah.